The second question which is asked is common potential. So this is also a new term, unknown quantity, that you need to find out. The formula for common potential is total charge by total capacitance. Okay. So what is the total charge of the capacitor? I mean the conductors Q1 and Q2. So the total charge is Q1 plus Q2 and the total capacitance is C1 plus C2. Okay. So therefore Q1 can be written as C1 V1 plus C2 V2. In case they don't give you the charges of those conductors, rather they give you the capacitance and the potentials, then you can be able to write like this. Or Q1 plus Q2 is similar to Q1 prime plus Q2 prime. So therefore you can replace this one also. So these are the three expressions for common potential. Okay. And common potential can also be derived in this way. The total charge in initial case is Q1 plus Q2 and afterwards it is Q1 prime plus Q2 prime. Q1 can be written as C1 V1 plus C2 V2. This can be written as C1 V plus C2 V. Then taking V common, you will have C1 plus C2. Then bringing it down here, you will have V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2, which is exactly this expression. Okay. Also I was mentioning that there will be an energy loss. Okay. So energy is lost means, so whatever the initial energy is there, finally the energy is going to decrease. So how much the energy is lost is initial energy minus final energy. So that generally we write the expression for the energy is half CV square. Since there are two conductors, the initial energy for the first conductor is half C1 V1 square and for the second conductor is half C2 V2 square, which are added. Whereas in the second case, both have common potential V, so therefore we are writing half C1 plus C2, that is half C1 V square plus half C2 V square. V gets common, so therefore we are having this expression. Well, I'll write it half C1 V square plus half C2 V square. In this, V is common. When you take V square out, you will have half C1 plus C2 into V square. Well, this is common potential. You can substitute the value of common potential C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2 in this place. Then solving it, you will get this expression. So where I am going to directly take the difference between these two, that is initial minus final. Students, carefully subtract and solve them. Therefore you get this expression C1 C2 by 2 C1 plus C2 V1 minus V2 whole square. A very, very important and significant expression. This delta U is energy loss. And remember, it is initial minus final. Okay. Well, now we learnt about the physical quantity named as capacitance. Then we are looking into a device just like resistor. We know it from the earlier stage. We have one more device named as capacitor, also known as condenser. Okay, so it is a device stores electric energy. So capacitance and capacitor are different. Capacitance is a quantity that has capacity to hold charge, how much charge it can hold, whereas capacitor is a device that stores electric energy. So regarding capacitor, it is a pair of conductors. So you can see here there are two pair of conductors, metal conductors of charges plus Q and minus Q, which are close to each other. They are close to each other, maybe separated by distance small d, and they have equal and opposite charges. Okay, the circuit symbol for capacitor is drawn likewise, okay, with two parallel lines, and they both are connected to the end points or the terminals. Okay, the very basic and commonly topic dealt in for the students is parallel plate capacitor. So here you can see the setup. This is of two plates which are set up parallel to each other. So this is the parallel plate capacitor. If you turn it, the view is like this. So this is the first plate and second plate, and the area of the plate is A, which is written here, and the separation is D. Okay, and as you can see that the second plate is grounded. Okay, and the charges are equal and opposite. So first, one of the question that is like 2 marks or 3 marks is making or construction of parallel plate capacitor. If I take one capacitor, okay, and let me say it is having plus Q. What is your imagination about this? Actually, the plus Q here, on one side it will have plus Q by 2, on the other face it will have plus Q by 2. Okay, then if I bring one uncharged conductor near to this, then it will have minus Q by 2 to the face which is facing close to the first conductor, and the outer face will have positive charge plus Q by 2. This is purely because of induction. We learnt in the early basic concepts of electrostatics. Now when I try to ground it, the electrons flow to the plate, and therefore these positive charges are neutralized to give us plus Q by 2. Plus Q by 2 will be plus Q only, and here minus Q by 2, these are neutralized, so it will give you minus Q. So therefore these two plates are equal and opposite, and that's why we call it as parallel plate capacitor. Okay, and they will ask you what is the capacitance of this parallel plate capacitor. So this is a plate, it's like a sheet. So we know that the electric field due to the sheet is sigma by epsilon naught. Sigma can be written as Q into area by epsilon naught. Am I clear? Then the potential difference between the two plates is written as V. So V can be written as E into D according to potential gradient concept. How do we write capacitance? Capacitance C equal to Q by V. Okay, so here Q is written as it is, and V is written as E into D. Q can be written as sigma into A. I mean sigma by A. I'm sorry, small correction here. This is Q by A. Okay, and similarly here it should be sigma A, correct only. So keeping this value, we know that C equal to Q by V. Okay, so therefore you can see that Q can be written as sigma A by E can be written as sigma by epsilon naught into D. Sigma gets cancelled, so therefore it goes epsilon naught A by D. So the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, epsilon naught A by D. Okay, once again I repeat it. E is written as sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, V can be written as E by D. C equal to Q by V. V is written as ED. The Q can be written as sigma times A. Okay, and in place of E you are writing sigma by epsilon. Sigma gets cancelled, so rearranging you are getting epsilon naught A by D. Now for any medium it can be written as kappa into epsilon naught. Okay, so therefore it depends on kappa, so kappa times C. So this is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Practice this derivation once. This is also very important with the construction. Okay, and please write in detail about construction. Thank you.